Welcome back to Really Tropical. Today's just a really quick video on my lunch break. I'm just going to show you how to plant some exotic plants and also just to showcase some of my newer plants as well. This one's the Ensete Montbeliardii, which is an absolutely fantastic banana. Beautiful coloration on that midrib on there. I'm going to get this planted out in the garden. I've got a Colocasia to plant to as well if I have enough time on my quick break. I wasn't actually going to film this, but I thought actually might help some people whilst I'm doing it. So without further ado, I'll show you how to scope a location to where this statement banana will look fantastic, and actually how I actually plant that as well. So let's get at it. So first things first, you've got to look at the plant that you've got. See, Ensete Montbeliardii. We know that this plant needs full sun, so we're going to scope the garden and see, because there's some shaded areas there. It will do okay in a kind of part shaded area, but this thing wants full sun. So where I was looking at, so I need a good statement plant that I can see. Over there looks like it's got a gap to me. Eventually I think I'm going to put it at the back in one of those bamboo locations, because I think it'll look fantastic. Imagine that a bit bigger, hanging up on the back of the garden. I think that'll look good. But for today, when we looked over here, the specimens is doing well. So that gives me confidence that this border is right for the amount of sun that they'll get. Because of this location here, I think that'll be fantastic. So if I put that plant in first, excuse my camera work, you're going to see that's going to get lost, but only for a period of time, and that looks absolutely fantastic. If you imagine that thing coming up over here in a very similar thing to that, and obviously that one's got different coloration on it, I think that's a location for that particular banana, especially for this year. Like I say, it gets full sun late afternoon and also in the morning, slightly shaded at the moment just due to the size of it. So we're going to take that as a location, and I'm going to show you how I would plant that plant now. So if we get into this, I was going to use my tripod, but I can't get anywhere near it. So we're going to remember where that was. What I'm going to do is just use a trowel. I'm just going to... Yeah, so we're just trying to get this so it sits at the same level as the pot. I prefer to use a fork just so I can break the soil as I'm going. A bit harder to get it out than... I think that should be okay. What we're then going to do is test it. So that's sitting about right. I like to sit mine slightly proud. So if they go a bit too low, it'll form a bit of a kind of a sinkhole. So when it waters, it will back run in. As you can see that, hopefully you can see that. That sits really well. Good root system. What I'm going to do is I'm going to backfill it with some coir and perlite, just because I want it to get some good drainage in there. So that's a perfect amount that we've got there. And all we're going to do is just lightly back that down and backfill it with the original mix that was there before. As you can see, that sits absolutely perfect. One thing we want to do then is we just want to water that in. Even if it's raining, you still want to water that plant in. So I'll go and get some water in a second and we'll show you how that's done. So not a job that you need to be shown really, but we're just going to give that a really good water in, and that will help get really good contact for the roots and the soil. I'll give that a little bit more. You can see the good thing is with that one, that is really free draining. You can see that water's gone already. Because it leaves a bit of a splash off. And that, there you plant an Ensete Montbeliardii. So next up, we've got the Colocasia Black Magic, and I found a place for this straight away. So when you're scanning around the garden, I've just done this new Colocasia area, and there's a gap at the back. So if you put it in with the pot first, I think that fills that area. Obviously, it's going to drop the size of the pot in the ground. I think that looks fantastic, so we'll get that one planted as well. And these need semi-shade, like kind of dappled, as you can see at the moment. That's not getting blasted by the sun. It gets a little bit in the morning, and then the afternoon it kind of moves a little bit further down there, so that'll be an ideal location for that one. So hopefully not a boring video that I'm creating today for you. I just thought I'd just try and give a little bit of guidance where I can, because you get a lot of questions about planting tropicals as well. But if you imagine you're planting almost anything else, the keys with a lot of these is to make sure that the plant at the depth, the correct depth. The Colocasias are actually A plant that quite likes a lot of moisture. So if I show you this one, so because the Colocasia actually likes quite a bit of moisture, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that slightly below, not much, because it's just slightly below the soil line. And what will happen there is then when any water comes into this area, it will sink into there. And these Colocasias do really well. I've seen these planted in ponds and stuff. That's how kind of overwatered in a way these things can get. So I'm going to absolutely dump that all over that. Get my hand in there, no messing about. And then tuck all that back up and over. And you can see that's planted slightly lower. And that Colocasia will absolutely love that location. Get that watered in as well. So these ones really need a good drench. Get all the area around it soaked, because it will. Sometimes you'll see that the soil will drop afterwards. If it does, give it another scoop of compost. Make sure it's filled out properly. That one, the level's sitting really good on that one, but I will give it a bit of a dusting. So just as a bit of a recap, you've now got that Colocasia sitting in there, which I think will look fantastic. It's exactly where it needs to be. So part sun, part shade. So we followed the instructions on that one. And then the Ensete Montbeliardii is just nuzzled away in there, and I'm looking forward to giving you updates on that one. So apologies if it's a bit of a basic video. I just thought I do get questions about how to plant things quite regular, and if you treat the tropical plants, a lot of them don't need anything specific in the way of like fancy treatment and things like that. You can of course always put like mycorrhizal fungi on the roots and stuff to help that get the roots more established if you wanted to, but I've never really needed to do that. I've never had a plant struggle in the garden because I've got the ground right in the beginning. Hopefully this video has helped anybody. I apologise on the rush nature, but I get 30 minutes on my dinner break. I've spent 20 minutes doing this. I've got 10 minutes now to go and get fed and watered before I'm back to work. So if any of this has been of any benefit, don't forget to leave a comment. But what we've achieved today, we've got a banana and a Colocasia planted, both using a very similar method. And to be honest with you, one planted slightly lower because we want to keep more moisture in. So when the ground's slightly lower, the water will run into it. Colocasia love that. Don't be doing that with things like palm trees and things that prefer drought tolerant. You want to keep them a bit more proud, and sometimes I plant them an inch above the soil so they don't get that kind of runoff. And then we've also done the banana. We've done that at ground level because that likes a nice amount of water and nutrients. Because I've planted that in coir and perlite, there's no nutritional value in that. So you can feed them, but there should be enough, especially in mine. It's clay soil. They're really nutrient dense anyway. So I wouldn't necessarily worry too much. We've probably got about a month or two, where you can still feed your tropical plants. And after that, I would stop just so they can harden off. And you're not got a load of floppy, tender growth going into the winter because it will get absolutely smashed anyway. So don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you want for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.